presidential debate. Tune in to Areva Martin Out Loud, Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for pre-debate analysis. And stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for the presidential debate at 6 p.m. Immediately following the debate, Areva Martin will moderate a roundtable panel of political experts and take your live phone calls only on KBLA Talk 1580. After Biden and Trump square off, we want you to sound off and tell us what you think. At KBLA Talk 1580, you can black talk us anytime.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turn-offs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this is going to be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff? The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How is that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. There's something wrong with that.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad touch routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you rate women so well?
Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
Here's an expression that's both true and false, and if you live the wrong meaning, it can ruin your life. Familiarity breeds contempt. It's true because someone that doesn't work to be aware and enjoy the things around them will turn every part of their life except their problems into a habit they don't think about. So they'll learn to resent even the idea that they should appreciate the good things that are constantly present in their life, because doing so would distract them from their problems. But it's false because familiarity can also create magic, nuance, delight, and rejuvenation. The good things that are in your life every day, if you do the work to notice and enjoy them, can be a point of stability and safety that you appreciate more every year, that you come back to refuel you, to deal with the ever-changing challenges of the outside world. And also you can find infinite small delightful changes inside of the familiar part of your life that create a richer experience each time you come back to it. Familiarity breeds contempt if you're not taking the time to notice the beauty in front of you. But if you are, then it breeds wonder.
He's basically telling you to live in the now. This is what Eckhart Tolle's book is about, the power of now. But because of psychological knowledge and the lack of knowledge it takes, which comes from self-knowledge, the cultivation of it, because there's a lack of self-knowledge, novelty is very important to a relationship. That is the distraction we're actually in relationship with. It's heavy stuff we're talking about tonight, man. It's going to get even heavier. Let's get these callers in here. We've got Shannon from Los Angeles. LA is in the building. What up, Shannon? Welcome to the show. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Yes. Okay, well, great topic. I wanted to say that just a person being of a particular age, I'm 55, and I'm trying to date out here, and people don't want to get in touch with their inner person and show authentically who they are and be transparent. They're afraid. That's what I have seen, and it definitely makes you stop and think, and as you said, deal with those childhood traumas so that you can be a better person and grow with someone. And it's just interesting, you know, in these times trying to navigate that. So I think that it's really a great job of the topic that Octo chose because I find a lot of great information every time I hear your show, and I apply it to, you know, my day-to-day life.
You know what, and I appreciate that, Shannon, and you just touched on something that I think is exceedingly important as it pertains to this discussion. Relationships are designed to expose you, and many people are fearful of being exposed.
Right.
So, like you said, 55, you're out here, you want to date, but what you're running up against is people are not genuine. Now,
yeah, they're not.
I will say this from a man's perspective, and please correct me, sister.
Okay.
Please correct me. But I observe men, and many men have told me themselves, they said, you know what, lies work better on women than the truth. No, let me give you two.
Okay.
Lies work better on women than the truth. And then the reason why men are lying is because the truth always runs them off. What are your thoughts?
Well, maybe I'm just a different, I'm cut from a different cloth, because I want the truth, because how can you really grow if somebody is not authentically being themselves and sharing? I think they lie because there's something that they want. They have ulterior motives. I mean, we're grown. So at the end of the day, everybody has that person that's in their phone. They can call it, wax on, wax off if they really want that.
Wow.
But if you are really wanting someone of quality, because, like I said, if we're going to be honest and be grown about it, that's a reality. I mean, me as being a Christian, I don't always want to admit that is a fact for me, that I can do that, but I don't want to. I know I hear from a lot of people I don't look my age and all of those logistics, but I don't want that. So that person, I have cut them off where they cannot contact me. I don't play them games. Like, I'm absolutely done, and you can't be that person. I don't want you to be that person. So I feel that why they feel like they have to lie, because if you really going to be honest, when I was married 27 years, and when I went through my divorce, I called somebody that was a close friend, was like, look, this is what it is. And, I need you to handle that for me, okay? And that's what it was. So that's why I said I think I'm cut from a different cloth, because we laugh and joke about it all the time when we see each other. But that's what it was. I have a great deal of respect for the relationship that person has now, and their partner does not know. I would never say their name or anything like that, but we don't, you know what I'm saying? It's an inside joke, if you will, that we understood what it was. But neither one of us were in a marriage, and I made it a point to absolutely know that I was divorced. And, I only say that because it was during COVID and things were not, the courts were shutting down. So all that being said, I think that for me, I can only speak to me. I can't speak for other women, but lies don't work on me. I have cut people off for less. Like, one of the things that I've noticed that some guys do, they lie about their height. And I am truly 5'3 1/4. So when guys say they're 5'7", when they say they're 5'7", and I'm looking at them eye to eye, I'm like, this is some tomfoolery right here. Okay, but I'm nice, but
So the 5'10" dude can say, I'm 6 feet. You wouldn't know. You 5'3".
Right. I wouldn't know. Yeah.
Oh, that's
but I don't know if that was TMI, but I'm just trying to keep it 100,
I so appreciate this call. It was so refreshing. Shannon, you've got a seat at the table. You can call in anytime. Guess what you just did?
Yeah. Tell me what I just did.
No, guess. Guess what you just did.
I put LA on the map.
You brought Los Angeles in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. I just want people to take relationships a little bit more seriously. Now, some people will be like, "Oh, Zoe, you're a hypocrite." What do you mean? You've lied to people. You've cheated on someone. People will point out my flaws. That's fine. But I have real life situations where I've fumbled a good situation. Part of transparency is accountability. I can get on the radio every day and say, Zoe did this. You heard me just say to the young man, Justin, who's in a correctional facility, who's written about 3 or 4 letters to me, you heard me just say, don't follow the man. Follow the message, right? And I think that's important. Oftentimes, especially in relationships, we will aggrandize our partner via what they do, via what they have, via what they've accomplished. We lump it all together in this idealized image we have in our mind about who they are. So imagine me. I come on here and every day we drop in some serious, thought-provoking relationship content, right? With some pretty cutting-edge ideas. It's easy for somebody to aggrandize the image of me and say, oh, he's got it figured out, but I don't. And I'm willing and open to share that I don't have it all figured out. I've put a great deal of thought and study and research into it, but that still doesn't make me any better or less than the people I'm trying to relate to. Do you see? That's why I love that call from Shannon. That was such a great call. We got Atala from Houston, Texas. Atala is the author of said topic. Atala, what was on your mind when you put this one together?
I really don't know. I don't know. For real. I don't be thinking nothing in particular. You know, sometimes it's just downloads. They just be coming through. But I will say this, though. I think we all enjoy lives. Not to besmirch the previous caller. I think we enjoy telling them and we enjoy hearing them.
Wow.
That sounds a little pessimistic.
I'm listening.
That may sound a little pessimistic, but it's the truth. If you really enjoyed the truth, then you'd probably be Jesus.
Eesh.
And what I mean by that is if you were able to truly look at self from all aspects, that is like true ascendance, right? None of us have reached that yet. So I personally, the question that you asked about women not wanting to hear the truth, no, we don't want to hear the truth, and neither do y'all. A lot of times, it's really not an issue until you're faced with the thing that you have a strong desire for, and even more so if it's something you feel that you've earned. You will believe lies for that thing. And I think that's where we get into trouble because we don't always check our own motives, right? We're not looking and scanning, especially when you're in love, you're not looking and scanning for childhood wounds. You're enjoying the process. You're enjoying the so-called peace that really is the quiet.
Right. You're enjoying it until you're not.
Well, and the thing about quiet is externally motivated. Peace is internal. If everything around me has to be sitting in a certain condition in a certain way in order for me to feel quote-unquote peace, that's not peace. That's quiet that is dictated on the things that are around you, the things and the people that are around you. And so I feel like when we get into that mode of trying to have this kind of cookie-cutter things have to be a certain way, just like our topic the other day with the boxes, when you're in that mode, you'll never reach peace. I think that, if anything, you're putting yourself in a position to get nothing but the opposite of peace.
Oh, now I'm about to hit you with this. What is the opposite of novelty? Especially in relationships. Yes, what is the opposite of novelty?
I would say normalcy or routine.
You know,
right, but
there are no wrong answers. There are no wrong answers. I love that. You said routine. And I'm going to say a word that I'm going to make this word a synonym of routine.
Okay.
Boredom. The opposite.
Man, listen, you must have read my mind.
The opposite of novelty is boredom.
Oh, I was just about to get into that. Remember, I don't know if you remember a while ago we had a show, and I can't remember what you said, but my response was when people say, "Oh, I'm bored." No, you're just boring. It's like watching a kid that has no cares in the world be like, "I'm bored," and we get irritated by that. I think the reason why adults are irritated is because we recognize the freedom that child has in their novelty that we no longer possess.
Listen, if something happened to you in childhood, that spiritual child that's carrying the wound has a spiritual arrested development. So you carry that into your adult relationships for reconciliation.
Nobody ever sat us down. Have you ever had like a mother or a father or an auntie sit you down and go, you do know relationships are inherently spiritual, and it's going to drudge up all of what you went through as a child, and it's designed for you to reconcile those. You're the one that has to heal them now. You can stop this now, generationally, if you focus on internal healing. Has anybody in your family ever sat you down and said, framed it that way?
Not in those exact words, but I think that's what they were getting at. I probably was just too dumb at the time to understand, but yeah, to be honest, I was doing my own thing. You know what I mean?
I hear you. But that's what I'm saying. This is why novelty and boredom go hand in hand. Novelty and boredom are like pain and pleasure. If you're pursuing pleasure, you're inevitably pursuing pain, right? If you're pursuing novelty, you're inevitably going to get some boredom because we can't do stuff 365. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We can't just keep... At some point, we have to be able to sit and rest in peace. The peace of who we are, where we've evolved to at this particular stage of our conscious growth. We have to sit and look at it and be like, okay, I'm okay. No judgment for yourself or your partner. This is how relationships grow. Does that make sense?
Including the relationship with yourself, right? Like kind of what you just mentioned about the childhood wounds, right? To me, I think that's where our novelty stops when we are wounded, because the curiosity dies within us. So you stop seeking those answers, and the things that people might tell you are, no, that's inappropriate. Don't ask that. Don't say that. So you start to kind of take that on, and I think that's really what it is that kind of encapsulates the wound, which is interesting. It's like we make ourselves boring and then blame others.
Right. 100%. Guess what you just did, Attila?
All right, Houston in the building.
Houston, Texas is in the building. What city is next to join this national discussion? The phone lines are open. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason on KBLA Talk 1580. Get at me now. Let's talk.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings will disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580 is now celebrating 3 years of amplifying our voice and uplifting our community. We deeply appreciate your support of this radio station, and we'll always do our level best to earn your support. Here's to many more years of loving and serving our community. For KBLA Talk 1580, as we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA delegation, listen up. Not feeling yourself lately? Has your weight loss dreams, have they turned into a weight gain nightmare? Have you been chasing those 20 pounds for the last 20 years? Then it's time for D-Herbs. D-Herbs Full Body Cleanse is a natural cleansing regimen that can help you lose 20 pounds in 20 days. The Full Body Cleanse will also boost your immune system and improve your digestion with summer just right around the corner. Stop chasing the 20-pound weight loss and propel yourself into a healthier lifestyle. To reboot your system and lose those 20 pounds, just go to dherbs.com and order your full body cleanse or call 866-434-3727. Mention KBLA 1580 and get 10% off your order. dherbs.com. Experience healing.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Wait, hold on, pause this. Start it from the top again. Can we give a moment of silence to Hall & Oates? When I put this list together, I said to myself, my God, they had mega monster hits during a time where you couldn't be a slouch with the hits. This is the 80s right here. You had Michael and Prince on complete fire in the 80s, and these dudes, I'm gonna tell you, black folk loved Hall & Oates. Let's not hit it, man.
I see you see me, but you blowing the line when you're making a scene. Oh, girl, you got to know what my head overlooks. The senses will show to my heart when it's watching for lies. You can't escape my private eyes. I'm watching you. It's the old every move, ladies
and gentlemen. My playlist is my co-host. This song aged well because people be online watching you. They be private eyes. Straight stalking and snooping and watching. It's a real situation. Tonight's topic is deep. We've got callers on the line. People want to talk about it, but I want to go even deeper. The neurobiological perspective on novelty. Right? Current neurobiological research indicates that the brain's reward system is highly responsive to novelty. A neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward is released in greater quantities when experiencing something new. Understanding this can help couples intentionally create novel experiences within their relationships, maintaining excitement and connection. Activities like trying new hobbies together or exploring new places can stimulate the brain's reward system, reinforcing the bond between partners. That's all good. That's great. What we're talking about are people who subsist on novelty, right? Something about a neurotransmitter, of course, you got dopamine and you have others, right? And dopamine is released in this pleasure reward situation. You get it in sex, you get it in sports, you get it, trying new things. But let me tell you something about the neurotransmitter in the brain and how it works. You got to be careful what you allow your brain to get hooked on. Because once the brain get a taste of it, it's going to want more. And the more you seek this newness, the older it gets. People, you see it. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we have to, and maybe this is a wild concept here. Sometimes we have to elevate the difficult moments. The difficult moments are remembered because of the amygdala. The amygdala stores, it's a center for emotions, it's a center for anger, and it's a center for memory. So typically, something that happened to us that's bad that happened to us, typically it's that memory is stored in the amygdala, right? And it's a strong memory. We are like, oh my goodness, I don't want to experience that again. And it starts to drive our lives. It starts to direct where we're going to go. This is where anxiety is coming. I don't want to experience that again, right? Again, what if we elevated those moments? And I'm not talking about, domestic violence or something like that. I'm talking about, man, I was really disappointed in this moment, but in hindsight, something really good came out of this moment. I learned something about myself. I was able to elevate myself from this way of thinking to this way of thinking, and it really revolutionized my life and made my life better. Many people still harbor resentment and frustration for negative moments that have occurred. I'm not talking about somebody robbing you or holding you at gunpoint or trying to beat you up in your house or something. I'm not talking about that. Right? Krishnamurti, relationship is a mirror in which I see myself as I am. But as most of us do not like what we are, we begin to discipline, either positively or negatively, what we perceive in the mirror of relationship. If you recognize the illusion, then you can, by putting it aside, give your attention to the understanding of relationship. But if you seek security in relationship, it becomes an investment in comfort, in illusion. And the greatness of relationship is its very insecurity. By seeking security in relationship, you are hindering its function, which brings in its own particular actions and misfortunes. Are y'all listening to that? Don't ever make me sad. Don't ever leave me. Don't ever hurt me. There is something powerful in the lessons learned. And many of us, we want all lessons to feel good. They're not designed to feel good. This is why I said the opposite of novelty is boredom. The opposite of pleasure is pain. And we're in pursuit of pleasure and novelty when we get into these relationships. Because there's probably something in our spirit that we have yet to confront. When I come forward, I'm talking to everybody. I hope you got your thoughts together. The number to dial, 1-800-920-1580. Let's get it. When you're hurting inside, 'cause you can't escape private eyes. I'm watching you. It's the ordinary. Baby, private eyes. I'm watching you.
He's on fire tonight. This is the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. The Supreme Court is acknowledging it accidentally posted a document that allows emergency abortions. That's according to Bloomberg, which obtained the document relating to a pending Idaho abortion case. The document reportedly shows that the court will allow emergency room doctors in Idaho to perform abortions. The High Court is likely to dismiss the appeal that was brought by Idaho officials. Supreme Court spokeswoman Patricia McCabe confirmed the document was inadvertently uploaded, but said the ruling has not been released. The rural town of New Bern, Alabama has reached a proposed settlement with a black man denied office after winning his 2020 election for mayor. Patrick Braxton was prevented from becoming New Bern's mayor by his white predecessor in the majority-white city council, according to the lawsuit. The town and Braxton have since signed a settlement agreeing Braxton as the lawful mayor. He'll finally take office once the court approves the settlement. Braxton became the first black mayor in the town's 166-year history. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's time for sun-soaked party scenes at MGM Grand, new luxury cabanas at Bellagio, and sandy beach living at Mandalay Beach. Show off your poolside, only with MGM Rewards. Visit MGMRewards.com for details.
Don't miss the debate of the season, Thursday night on KBLA Talk 1580. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump face off this week in the first presidential debate. Tune in to Arriva Martin Out Loud, Thursday, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for pre-debate analysis. And stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for the presidential debate at 6 p.m. Immediately following the debate, Arriva Martin will moderate a roundtable panel of political experts and take your live phone calls only on KBLA Talk 1580. After Biden and Trump square off, we want you to sound off and tell us what you think. At KBLA Talk 1580, you can black talk us anytime.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Oh, man. Looks like Bobby needs a ride to the airport again.
Grab the keys.
Who's taking Auntie and her friends to the swap meet?
Grab the keys.
How about we drop these boxes off at Miss Johnson?
Grab the keys.
Whether you're giving rides or hauling gear, you're all about getting things done. So do it all in a Chevy SUV. From the versatile Equinox and sporty Blazer to the roomy Traverse, our lineup of SUVs will carry you through every adventure. All you have to do is
grab the keys.
That's how we do. Head to your local Chevy dealer, where well-qualified buyers get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Malibu, Colorado, Blazer, Equinox, Trailblazer, and Traverse limited models. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
1.9% APR for 36 months. Monthly payment is $28.60 for every $1,000 you finance. Example down payment 15.8%. Must finance with GM Financial. Some customers may not qualify. Not available with lease and some other offers. Take new retail delivery by 7/124.
If you say you care about the community, you have to also care about the climate. We're KBLA Talk 1580, and we've got your black. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
JP Morgan Chase is building on the investments in California and around the country to help close the racial wealth gap and build a more equitable future. As part of JP Morgan Chase commitment, they are taking action to help improve financial wealth and access to banking in the Black community, helping more people open low-cost checking and savings accounts, hosting community seminars with supporting Black-led institutions by building awareness about financial investment, hiring community managers, and opening community center branches branches like Crenshaw, Inglewood, and downtown LA. Visit today jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Again, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Get the tools to help reach your financial goals. Visit today jpmorganchase.com/racial equity. Again, jpmorganchase.com/racial equity.
Watch out! You got me! The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Joe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
What I want, you got it, might be hard to handle. Like a flame that burns the candle. But can't it be the flame? What I got will stop my thoughts and dreams together. When you pull them all together, and I'll get to play. Oh yeah, well, you make my dreams come true.
They get addicted to novelty.
Right.
Yeah, so what I mean by that is they get into the habit of the beginning stages of relationships and forget the habits of the long-term parts of relationships. And the beginning stages is dressing up, going on a date, knowing what to talk about, you know, putting on your best face. The long-term parts are like, you know, just maybe sitting at home, spending time with his parents, your parents, the boring stuff.
Yeah.
And so what happens is there is an addiction to novelty and an addiction to the beginning stages of relationship and a repelling kind of response to the maintenance stage relationships. And that's the problem with online dating.
Superficial world. Gimme. We got a lot of callers on the line. Let's get the callers in here because I want to get their perspective. We got Dr. Naka, Houston, Texas. Jump in here. What are your thoughts?
What up, Zoe?
What's up, good brother?
Man, no, my brother Zoe. Listen, man, I don't know why, but this novelty is, as a man, is hitting me in my mind as status as a man. It's hitting me in my mind as status, and I think for a man, it's important to have some status. It's attractive to women for a man to have some type of status.
I hear you.
Because you want to be set. And to status can prepare you to want to do better in life.
For some, yes. I can follow a piece of that for some.
You ever heard of sexual transmutation? When you take
transmutation. Keep going. I'm listening.
Well, you take the sexual energy and use it for something good.
Tantra.
Work ethic. Yeah, work ethic. And I think that women see men as a novelty. Yeah, I drove trucks 26 years, and I was proud to drive trucks until I got sick last year. You know what I'm saying? I got sick last year, so this is the first time in my life with me dealing with not being able to properly provide. So I'm going through something in my mind right now for the first time. I'm getting a little older now.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. You about to tell me women find you less attractive because you're not gainfully employed? Is that what it is?
I'm hoping they don't find me less attractive. I'm going through this in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So the novelty of me being that man, that provider, in my mind, is now I'm feeling in jeopardy.
Wait, hold on. First off, being a man and being a protector and a provider, those are social game rules, right? That's the gender role thing. Novelty is about newness, right?
I feel you.
And I hear how you're connecting the dots. You're basically saying my paycheck, the bread I was making, allowed me to do all the things around novelty. Oh, let's go to this restaurant.
That's right.
Let's go to the movies. Let's go here. And you're saying that's now in jeopardy. But let me ask you, is your sense of self in jeopardy? Is your confidence in jeopardy?
Well, I'm a special type of dude though, because I gather confidence. I gather confidence from the things that I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been through a lot, so I can pull myself up, and I know I can. But I get a lot of people telling me, you can't do this, you can't do that. It ain't been nothing I can't do. I'm like my vision right now. My vision is going through it, and but I still feel like I can push though. I can push. I can push. I always have. This is a challenge that God put me through. So I'm going through the stuff I gotta face with myself.
Well, I want you to be I want you to be positive, but I want your positivity to have boundaries. I don't want you to be so positive that you don't see the reality of what the situation may be. I will say this, feeling good, right, is really about how you feel about yourself. Many people will go do things to feel good, right? But really, it starts with how you feel about yourself. And if you're looking for validation outside of yourself, it's going to be an uphill struggle for you. Like if everything that is focused on your happiness is centered around external validation from women, you being able to take them places and do things for them, if all of your sense of self comes from that, you might take a hit. So you're probably going to have a real come to Jesus moment where you confront yourself, where you sit yourself down and you say, look, I'm good regardless, and here's why. Like, and I would suggest,
I think I can that.
Yeah, man, I would suggest you get a journal, and this journal is about self-love. This journal is about self-care, self-acceptance, and walk yourself through the process of certain aspects of yourself that you might not fully embrace. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah. And another part about that novelty, though, but this part too, a lot of times I hear people say, I want to go to Italy. I want to go to France. But you ain't been to Utah. You ain't been to Denver. America is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Yep.
That's funny. I love it, man. I love it. Hey, Dr. Knocker, guess what you just did?
What I do, though?
You brought Houston, Texas in the building. Yo, he brings up a great point. I know somebody who travels to escape from themselves. I know this person. They travel incessantly. They want to go places. They want to do things. And for them, that's literally their escape. That's how they process. Right? And listen, not to knock them. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, you have to be careful. Do things in moderation, right? Yeah. There's going to be ups and downs, and I think you got to treat your downs as well as you treat your ups, with appreciation and a little sprinkle of indifference, right? Got to be like 98% appreciation and like 2% indifference. Meaning, you know how they say, when bad things happen to you, they'll say, oh, this too shall pass. We never say that about the good things. Soon as the good thing is over, we're looking for the next good thing like a baton. Like, let's do something else. There's really never a time where we sit and process and kind of understand, what we just did and why. Very interesting stuff. We got callers from all over the country. I want to get them in here. We got Nikki from the SIP. Nikki! Get in here. Nikki, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
How's Zoe and the fam?
Yeah, Nikki, we love you. Long time no hear from. It'd be like 2 or 3 days, but it feels like a long time. But how you doing, Nikki?
Well, it's an interesting topic, as usual. I'm fine. I hope you all are fine, too. At first blush, when you said novelty, I thought about something you would discard after you play with it for a while.
Ooh, come on. Let me sit back. Go ahead.
Well, in my mind's eye, when at first blush, that's what I thought about. And I thought, sometimes we do approach our intimate relationships like playthings. But hopefully as we mature and get older, we stop with that approach. But it also drove me, words have meaning, so I got to go find out about novelty.
Here we go. Hey, come on.
And Webster tells me that novelty is the quality of being new, original, or unusual. Something that has not been experienced before, and so is interesting. Once upon a time in a relationship, my husband started his day with the same 2 things in his pockets when he would leave every morning. Now, when we came home in the evening, me being in healthcare and nursing, I got 19 Band-Aids, 2 rolls of tape, syringes, all kinds of stuff. But it made me look at what he had in his pocket. Those boys are interesting people. He had a frog in there one evening. I don't understand that. You work in computer services in a closed basement. How do you have a baby frog in your pocket?
Go ahead, Nikki.
You got marbles, all kinds of spare change. The part of the definition that says the quality of being new, original, or unusual. My husband is like that. I would hope that we would associate our intimate relationships with that definition. If we did, then we wouldn't play with them and then discard them in short order. Because when you are experiencing something that's new and thus interesting, you have that opportunity every day.
Right.
Even the maybe not so good parts could be conceptualized as interesting because maybe this part that's not really cool we haven't experienced before. And the part about the pockets kept me going back to him because it's fascinating to me that how do you get all this stuff in your pockets? We hadn't been gone that long. It's a peculiar thing about little boys.
Right.
I don't know how to do. But we don't discard the intimate relationship from that perspective because it's interesting to me. I want to know, what did you do that made you, I'm still trying to figure out where we got that frog from.
Right.
And sometimes maybe we might not want to know what happened to him or her in the course of a day based on what they might take out of their pocket.
Right.
But it also means, even if I don't like what the answer is, I'm not going to discard you after I play with you for a little while and move on to my next hit.
Wow.
I'm still right here trying to understand this one.
Wow.
Just food for thought.
Nikki, come on. Talking to Nikki is like talking to the Oracle from the Matrix. We love it. We love it. And as soon as she finished talking, I want to say to everybody, what she said was for you and you alone. Yeah, come on, Nikki. Guess what you just did, Nikki?
I love everybody.
Yeah, we love Nikki. She brought the sip in the building. When I come forward, I got Dallas, Texas, and I got Baltimore, Maryland. We on fire tonight.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward. Our city's hottest weeks of summer are approaching. If you're 60 or older, you're at risk of heat stroke or worse. Extreme heat can kill. That's why KBLA Talk 1580 is part of our year-long climate justice campaign. Has partnered with the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power and the LA City Department of Aging for LADWP's Powered by Equity event, Heat Relief for Seniors Resource Fair. Join fellow LA seniors who hope to beat the heat and stay safe on Monday, July 15th, 10 a.m. at the Watts Labor Community Action Center in South Los Angeles. Learn about LADWP's Easy Save and Level Pay programs to help lower your monthly electric bill. And there will be tips and resources to be ready and safe in the heat. LADWP customers 60 years or older will be eligible to receive a portable air conditioner while supplies last. Personal ID and your LADWP bill are required. Contact your LA Department of Aging Neighborhood Senior Center for Cool LA Heat Relief for Seniors participation details or visit www.ladwp.com/events.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't working at its best? Taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil fiber powders help promote your daily digestive health using a plant-based fiber called psyllium. The gelling action of this special fiber traps and removes waste, so you can feel lighter and more energetic. Metamucil, promoting digestive health for a better you. Learn more at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now during our Memorial Day sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed plus free home delivery when you add any base. Ends Memorial Day. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Man, Hall & Oates. It was cold. Such a vibe. We've been rocking with Hall & Oates all night, talking about the novelty of relationships and how seeking novelty and getting addicted to novelty can be a great distraction from self-revelation. We've got callers on the line. I want to warn my callers. We only have 5 minutes left in this show, so please keep your thoughts brief. Dustin, Baltimore, get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Dustin, are you there? Brother Dustin? Brother Dustin? Are you Dustin, Brother Dustin? Dustin, come on. Okay. Reverend L, Dallas, Texas. Get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
What's going on, brother? I'm going to keep this real short and sweet. When you mentioned about novelty, I'm telling my age a little bit, but a novelty shop is where people went to pick up things for fun, to break away from that responsibility at the moment. But it's not meant to be on a lifelong journey of novelty. So those novelties are just to keep you sane while you're going through the responsibilities of life on a day-to-day basis. You know, you pick up a little toy, or you pick up something fun, and it breaks that mind frame at the moment, and then you get back to your work. You know, and the one other thing that you mentioned about that exposure, bro, I promise you, you know what the world is now? We expose our brain to too many things that we can't turn back from. So we play with people that shouldn't even know our name. And we expose ourselves to people and things that we don't have no business dealing with at all. But we think that our brain is actually stronger than what it is, but it ain't, because you have to do that self-work first to know, you know what, I shouldn't be dealing with this at all. So that's my piece, brother.
Hey. You can't come in here with your own pots and pans and own seasoning and cook up your own meal in this kitchen, boy. Come on now. You done came with the fire. Guess what you just did, good brother?
Man, I brought Dallas in the building.
Dallas is in the building. We've been all over the country. Let me give you some more Krishnamurti. Listen, the brother just said it perfect. Novelty is like recess at school. You know, recess is only like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I remember recess. That was the quickest little 20-minute break ever. And the rest was school. That's what relationship is. It's the University of Youth. Okay? Krishnamurti says, by seeking security in a relationship, you are hindering its function, which brings its own particular actions and misfortunes. He says, when security creeps into dependency, as it inevitably does, then that particular relationship is cast aside and a new one is taken on in the hope of finding lasting security. But there is no security in relationship, and dependency only breeds fear. Without understanding the process of security and fear, relationships become a binding hindrance, a way of ignorance. Then all existence is struggle and pain. And there's no way out of it save right thinking, which comes through self-knowledge. As long as the mind merely uses relationship for its own security, that relationship is bound to create confusion and antagonism. It is possible to live in relationship without the idea of demand, of want, of gratification. Do you understand what's being laid down before you? Where does this idea of demand, of want, of gratification comes from? It comes from your unhealed wounds. And if you're operating like that, the relationship is a prison because you have no control over what you desire from the other person. Just show up and give me what I think I need so I can feel better about me. That is short-term healing. You might get a little of it. But remember, if you're getting from a thespian's cup, what you're getting might just be a part of their script for what they need to get from you. Do you see this vicious cycle? Listen, man, I started the conversation. You finish it. Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. You already know what it is. I'll be back next week with some more slappers. You got the body, now you want my soul. Don't even think about it, say no.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. New details are surfacing regarding the 16-year-old accused of shooting and killing a retired Chicago, Illinois police officer.